Jacksonville, you got my best friend Jamil and myself. We're going to be hanging out with everybody in Jacksonville. Apparently, they call themselves Duval County, something I learned today. Duval! What up, guys? Welcome to my new hometown. I'm moving here just to be next to April Giuliano and Mandy and all my friends here in Jacksonville. Dude, your guys' city is freaking blowing up. There's a lot of, you guys are like the next big city, I think, in all of Florida. Should we tell everybody about you guys or no? You don't want anybody to know? Don't you want your prices to go up? Jamil, what up?
How you doing, dog?
Every single one of these meetups is completely different. Sometimes these meetups are outside, and sometimes these meetups are in gravel, in like a chicken coop. Sometimes they're on an iceberg in Alaska, and today we're inside of a crowded building, which is freaking awesome. I was talking to Mandy earlier. I was actually at a property she bought on Creative Finance, right on the ocean, really cool property. Great deal, no money out of your pocket.
Thank you.
Seller gave you 0% seller finance. Sounds like a scam, but all right. And I was talking to her, she's like, what do you want to do? And I was like, well, I'd love to work deals, and we ended up coming up with the idea of just kind of doing like a Q&A panel, see if we could grab some newer people and give them a game plan, give them some love so they can leave tonight with a little bit of direction. Does that sound okay tonight, guys?
There's actually a couple people in here that already have deals that they don't know what to do with.
Oh, I love
that.
that.
Also
Okay.
be some good opportunities.
Heck yeah.
Okay, cool. Who's one of those people? Alex, what's up, wholesaler? Come on in here. Come in the middle, brother.
What up, dog?
How
are you?
Okay, so Alex, you're newer.
Yes, sir.
Is this your first contract?
Yes.
Pull that.
Okay, so I'm gonna guess on a couple of things, and if I'm wrong, you can smack me, karate chop me, whatever. Okay.
I got you.
You do not have a buyer lined up, and you went and negotiated with the seller, and you got a contract, and now you're in the what we would call the phase of saying, I have a contract, and I need to sell this thing in order to make money. Is that where you're currently at?
And let me clarify. So, I just have really good rapport with the realtor.
Okay, so no contract yet?
No contract.
Okay, so we don't have a deal. So guys, here's a couple of things. New people, we're gonna change and teach you guys some terminology real quick. Who's my note takers? Where are the note takers? Okay, here's what I would tell you guys. When you guys are communicating with people that are a little bit higher level, like you got one of my very dear friends, April, back here. I love her so much. You have a lot of incredible leaders here. Dustin, good to see you, doing a lot of co-living here. A lot of killers in this room, okay? And when you're communicating with people that are a little bit more advanced than you, you want to be in rooms like this because they're gonna help you. They're gonna get on phone calls with you. They're gonna help you find buyers, all of those types of things. And if you say, hey, I have a deal, here's what us advanced people hear. We hear that you don't just have a contract. We hear that you have a contract that is worthy of buying. Okay, so for example, this is a weird analogy, and I promise we're gonna help him. I'm not just going to ramble on, but this is a very important thing for kind of newer people. If I go to Walmart and I'm walking in, there's a Walmart greeter. He's like, bro, I know you're like into those Cheez-Its, those little crackers. They got a fire sale on Cheez-Its on aisle 7. I'm like, okay, yeah, my kids love those. I run back to the aisle. I look at aisle 7 and Cheez-Its for one box are $40. Is that a deal?
No.
Okay, so just because it's for sale, does it mean it's a deal?
No. Hell no.
Okay, so can we be very clear that you don't tell people I have a deal unless you absolutely know that somebody can make money on that price that you contracted? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so there's a hierarchy of wording that we use. So the lowest level is the word we will call I have a suspect. Okay, suspect means I drove by a house, it's really ugly. I suspect that they might want to sell at some point. Okay, that's suspect. I have a suspect.
In my world, when we call those suspects, it's a totally different thing. Just saying.
Oh, okay. So we got a suspect. I think that house that's ugly or whatever, you know, leaky pipes, roof is bad, mold on the house, but that's everywhere in Florida, so that's not a big deal. You guys know you have mold everywhere here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a normal thing. Okay, so suspect. Prospect is the next one. Prospect is I looked at the ugly house and I verified it's in foreclosure online. I have prospected to find the pain and the motivation. Or I see an ugly house, hypothetically, And okay, here's a good one that's online because you're working with a real estate agent. So let's say that I see a house on Zillow. That's a suspect. It's not a lead. It's not an opportunity yet. Do we agree with this? When I then look at the listing and it says it's been listed for 320 days, now it's a prospect because I have prospected and found that it actually has some motivation that hasn't sold in 320 days. When does it become a lead? It becomes a lead when I've physically spoken to somebody and that agent or that seller have said, yes, I want an offer, please call me back. Do we now know what a lead is called? I know most people in here know this, but this is helpful for some of the newer people. When does it become the next one, which would be a contract, is when somebody actually signs the paperwork and it's been contracted, okay? What you have currently would be considered a lead.
Correct.
Okay, cool. So explain to us what the lead is.
Non-cash flowing sub 2.
Okay, so you got a non-cash flowing sub 2, you got a real estate agent. Can I call this real estate agent tonight?
Of course.
Okay, you guys want me to call an agent and try to lock up a deal? Okay, so my good friend Gina, she's not here, but I was just over at one of her houses and she takes non-cash flowing sub 2 deals. And what do we do with non-cash flowing sub 2 deals? Okay, we can wrap it. That's one thing that we can do. We can also assign it to somebody else that wants to live there. Is anybody looking for a personal house to live in that you don't want to use a bank? Raise your hand. There you go. One person? Man, y'all are obsessed with banks. I love it. Okay. What's your name?
Maria.
Maria. So you would love to, do you currently rent right now? Yeah. You would love to own your own house, right? Yeah. Who owns their own house right now? Okay, Jamil, how much does your house that you live in right now, how much does it cash flow?
Nothing.
Okay, so there are buyers for properties that do not cash flow. Are we okay with knowing that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we got a potential, she's not the buyer on this particular house. I don't know, maybe. What do you want your payment to be? No, don't say $14, because
This is Florida, so under $2,000.
Under $2,000. Okay, so if we could find this at $2,000, you would then potentially look at it.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And so you got buyers in here or of this deal right now. And the problem with this deal, if the agent knows it's a sub 2 deal, it means the agent's having a hard time selling it, which means it doesn't have a lot of equity. They probably bought it in 2023 or 2024, 6% interest rate. Now they're trying to sell because they're redeploying. It's almost like I know this lead or something.
Of course, you know the game.
Can we call the agent? Can you give me their number?
Oh, yes, sir.
Can you text her right now while we're chatting and just say, hey, are you okay with a phone call from my partner? Good job, by the way. You found this on Zillow, or where'd you find it?
Zillow.
Okay. How do I know he found it on Zillow?
Because you know the game.
Because I know the game. I would never use Zillow. Why would I not use Zillow?
Give access to other tools.
Right. So like here's, before the shovel was invented, people dug holes with their hands, right? Zillow's kind of like digging holes with your hands. Like it's effective. You can make it happen.
I love shoveling with my hands, bro.
It works. It does work. But at some point when you advance, you want way more opportunities. You want a machine that's just pushing things to you. You need a shovel. And so there's other stuff. One of our sponsors does AI cold calling, right? Yep. Is that you guys? Yep. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into the video. We are already in New Orleans. By the time you're watching the Jacksonville video, it's a couple of days later. Think about my production team and how fast we're going through this vlog. It's crazy. And tonight we've got the New Orleans meetup, then we've got Houston, San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, Lubbock, Texas, 5 Texas cities in the next week. We've got a massive ice storm coming, but I'm still showing up to these meetups because that's how dedicated I am. We've had a blast, we're having a lot of fun. Plus, I bought 2 RV parks in Texas, and I need to go visit those and see those in person. So for those of you guys that want to come and see those, we will be on the road in person. We'll see you guys in those cities, creativenationtour.com. Today, we're in Mardi Gras area. We're here taking a look at New Orleans, a 24-unit deal I just bought from a bird dog. And if you guys want some bird dog training, I'll give you guys a link down in the description down below. Bird dog training we've done with Dajay and Kelly and other people that have done deals. But I have a 24-unit deal to film today that we bought $0 out of pocket, 0% interest, 24 units. We're turning it into Section 8 and nonprofit housing. This business is incredible, and we get to help people get off the streets and make money in the process. Come out, see me on the Creative Nation Tour. We'll see you later.